the 40 to 50-year-old patient is the patient now that we need to be the most flexible in the options that we offer. The great thing is now, as a refractive surgeon, we have so many tools on our tool belt, per se, that really it's very, very rare for me to feel like there's a patient that I can't help them be able to minimize their need for glasses as much as possible. So it depends. For a patient who's in their early 40s, one of the best options, in my opinion, is actually doing what we call like a little mini mono vision LASIK, where we still do LASIK vision correction, and then we basically set one eye for distance and the other eye, we just undercorrect it just a little bit, just to help ease them into that area stage of life where they're going to need reading glasses. And that is one of my favorite techniques to use for the early 40s to mid 40s. Once you start getting past 45 and above, then we really want to start thinking about, as I mentioned before, what happens is that the natural lens inside of the eye loses its ability to change shape and it stiffens. And so by doing so, it actually impacts your ability to be able to see up close. And so at that point, we'd have to do, if we wanted to do the monovision LASIK, it's still an option, but my preference at that point is to actually treat the underlying issue, which is the natural lens. And then we can do what's called a refractive lens exchange. And that's just a fancy term for early cataract surgery. And now the beautiful thing is we have such advanced technology when it comes to the types of lenses that we can use inside of the eye that I can actually take your natural lens out, implant a new lens in. And just as an example, there's a new technology that's out there that we have access to at Luxor Eye, which is, less than 5% of practices across the entire world have access to this, which is called the light adjustable lens. And with this, what we can do is once we implant it inside of your eye, we can actually go after the surgery and we can change the prescription of that lens using a special UV light. And we can then dial in your perfect vision for both distance and up close. So that's one of my favorite things to do for patients that are 45 plus, and basically get them amazing vision for both far and up close, and really be able to help them minimize their need for glasses as much as possible for their day-to-day life.